Pablo Escobar, one of history's most notorious drug lords, met his end in the Los Olivos neighborhood of Medellín, Colombia, on December 2nd, 1993, just one day after his 44th birthday. It was here, in this building, which was rented in the name of his aunt, that Pablo had been hiding for around 2 months. On Pablo's last day alive, at 8 a.m., he made a phone call to his 16-year-old son, Juan Pablo. After the phone call, it took Search Block around an hour or so to find Pablo. By tracing the radio frequency, they narrowed down his location to a 1.5 kilometer search area. And for reference, this is what a 1.5 kilometer search area would look like. They surrounded the neighborhood and conducted a search. It was Luis Carlos Perez, a member of Search Block, who on a patrol to search for Pablo, spotted his silhouette in this window right here, on the right. Around 10 to 15 minutes after being spotted, Search Block had completely surrounded the building and covered all the exits. They entered the building through the main entrance, and quickly headed up to the second floor where Pablo was hiding. On the way up there, it's believed that his bodyguard, known as Lemon, was shot and killed on the first floor. However, DEA agent Stephen Murphy claims in his book that Lemon was shot on the rooftop not far from Pablo, and his body fell to the ground. And if we go around the back of the property, we can match up a picture from the time it happened. You can see the tiles on the ground here match a picture of Lemon shortly after being killed. And this was the rooftop he claimed to have dropped from. Pablo made his way up to the 3rd floor, and before being killed, he was shot in his leg and his buttock. He tried to make his escape onto the rooftops through this doorway type exit here. At the time, this wouldn't have been bricked up. He came from the stairwell and turned left and down onto the rooftop. It was on this rooftop right here that the fatal shot killed Pablo Escobar, hitting him behind his right ear. As you can see from the photo here, you can see the exit where he made his way onto the rooftop. After his death, he was transported to the Institute of Legal Medicine and Forensic Sciences for an autopsy, which is this building right here. This is where it was confirmed the cause of death being a bullet to the head behind his right ear. If we go into Street View, we can look at the windows, and we can compare these bars or lines on the window to a picture taken during Pablo's autopsy, confirming that this is the building. The very next day was his funeral, being held at MonteSacro Cemetery in the southwest region of Medellín, only a few miles away from where he grew up in La Paz. His grave is right here on a family plot. 20 to 25,000 people turned up for his funeral, although only around 2,000 were present at any given time. It was an open casket funeral, and the priest who said a couple of prayers at the service never got to finish because of the huge crowd climbing to get as close as possible to the coffin to touch his body.